My guy.
What? Yo. Ooh. Hey. Ooh. Whoa. Hey.
Can you shut up and try to listen to the song?
Whoa. Hey. Turn me up. One of my dogs.
Whoa,
Now
whoa.
that I'm sober, I take back what I said. I'm sitting with this love hangover.
Light laugh. Little light laugh. Like, you take a video of me?
Not yet.
I need my hat.
We just came to an end.
Insecure dog.
Here we
Insecure
go.
dog.
Hey, shoot that flick real quick.
You and I were over. Me
Oh
and
my
you
God.
are done.
I'm sitting with that.
Nope.
Something.
Boy, it's hurting my...
This was not close at all either.
What?
I'm already fading this out. Are you ready?
If I've learned anything at all with us, no matter how
Look at that slight fade out.
It's like your haircut.
Very smooth fade out. You know, we're not doing nothing subtle.
Wait, we're not doing nothing subtle?
We're not doing nothing.
It's not so.
I'm not doing nothing subtle. Only abrupt.
Okay. Yo, and...
Peer pressure. Pressure. Peer pressure.
We're live. Episode 24. Peer...
Do it
Can you-
again. I can cut all that out. Do it again.
And we're live.
One more time.
And
Okay.
we're live.
All right,
Episode
we're good.
24, Peer Pressure. My name is Brandon. I'm your host. My co-host. over
My
here.
guy. I don't like your podcast voice. And we're live. Episode 22. Peer pressure. You know what I'm saying?
Are you serious? All
Right.
right, man. I'm going to just keep it real regular.
Yeah, it was a Sleepy Boys podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Dominic is actually in his bed while we record this.
I actually am. This is a Cozy Boys episode.
But,
Shout out ASAP.
hey, bro. Honesty or sharing.
Bro, you had to give me some context. Like, you can't just ask me a question like that. and
Okay.
not-
Okay, so I was listening to this interview.
Was it a podcast?
No, we're not going to name any other podcast.
The only
'cause
podcast I listen to is
they're
Peer Pressure.
all
Hit me with a peer
competition.
pressure bomb. Dude, it's not right there. It's not that one.
I don't know which...
Also, it's not turned on. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Wait.
Don't breathe like that. I don't think anyone wants to hear
It's
that.
making everyone nervous. I can't find it.
Okay, the moment's gone.
All right. Do it. Hit him. Wait. Not yet. Do it. Wait. It's muted. Do it.
Peer pressure.
Yeah. We weren't
Wow,
prepared.
that was garbage.
All right. It's okay.
But anyway, so what I was saying was I did hear it on a podcast. Man, I'm not gonna shout him out because he's already too big. He's already too famous.
No competition.
No. But he or she, trying to keep the mystery alive, interviewed this lady named Esther Perel, who is in a way like a relationship guru. And
I don't like the word guru.
I don't know exactly. I'm on her website, so let's just read it. Hello, I'm Esther.
What a nice way.
Yeah.
They're like
Hon-
Esther, you need to make your website more personal.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. She's kind of fire, kind of flames.
Wait, send me the link. Link me.
EstherPerel.com. She's kind of fire.
How you spell Esther Perel? Anyway, okay.
I
read
got
it.
you. Anyway, so let me read the intro on her website. Hello,
Can you
I'm Esther.
stand closer to the mic so we can hear you?
Yeah, I got you. I imagine a world where we experience a sense of aliveness and vitality in our relationships.
Liveness and vitality.
Because the quality of our relationships determines the quality of our lives. I've dedicated my life and career to understanding and improving human relationships. Let's continue to grow together.
Human relationships as in like
to learn together,
friends or like relationships.
I think for the most part, like romantic relationships, but also I think that these lessons or whatever that not lessons, but these principles that she has can apply to like platonic relationships.
I just gotta add to sign up for my intimacy inventory.
Did you do it?
No, I don't know what that is.
Yo,
It scares me.
Can we talk about the name of her new book, by the way?
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of fire, to be honest.
Say it.
The State of Affairs. Because,
Wait,
relationships...
read the second part. State of Affairs, Rethinking Infidelity.
Thank you. That's... I mean, you're right.
It's pretty cool.
You're right, yeah.
But, I mean, you gotta add that second part. People aren't gonna know what you...
I get what you're saying. But basically something from that interview with her that I did find interesting. I think we both listened to it, yeah?
I listened to it. I listened
Okay.
to it first, but
You did, whatevs. Anyway, something that was really interesting was her concept of, or her understanding of honesty and oversharing. So I guess just to start with like a personal like aspect on it.
Wait. What do you, explain like the difference first?
Yeah.
Like, what do
no,
you mean? What do you mean?
Hey man, you know, we just riding with it. Just,
Hear my beard on the mic?
I do hear the. All right. Anyway, so honesty. I think that a better way to start would be with oversharing. Oversharing is when you would just tell someone like everything, where you just overshare things that they don't need to know, or other people don't need to know, or things that would be better left unsaid.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think that she interprets it in a way where there's like angles to the honesty in a way where you can be honest to protect yourself, you can be honest to protect others, or like save someone's like emotional hurt or something.
So that being honest is like,
it's like basically telling them only the things that would foster like a good relationship.
that's weird because a lot of times when people talk about honesty, they talk about
Oversharing.
being honesty like all the time.
Yeah.
Like everything you think.
Yeah.
And like doing it like that.
But see the thing, so I used to be I used to be a chronic oversharer. I used to overshare everything, and I kind of figured this out on my own without listening to like.
Dang, bro, you're tight. You
know me,
Check
bro.
this guy out.
You know what it
I don't
is.
need no one. Let's figure out my own problems.
Esther who? But basically with me, I guess I was always like an oversharer. You know, I would always tell people everything, and I don't think that was a good look. I think that it's
Why?
good.
Wait, why don't you think it's a good look?
Because I just think that, you know, there are things that don't add any value, or like you don't. Why would you tell someone everything to like if it were to burden them?
But, like,
or
what
if
would
it
it-
were to like cause them if they can't sleep at night because of something you told them?
Yeah.
Like that's not cool. You know
What
what
was
I mean?
like? What would you say like was one of the things that you're like, oh, I should have said that. Like, what was like one of the moments you're like, oh, I overshared right there. Like, I wish I didn't say that. I'm trying to put you on the spot.
Specifically, off top right now in this second, I can't name one.
Off top.
But what is more like impactful to
Or
me?
give me like not of an example, but like a type of thing you would overshare. You know what I mean? Not like one specific thing, but like, was it like a personal thing? Was it something about someone else? You know what I mean? Like, what was it? The types of things that you were oversharing that was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
I think the types of things I was sharing were things that were not. I think the downfall of my oversharing was I would overshare ideas that were like half baked.
Oh, so it wasn't anything like personal. It was more
I don't
like
think it was anything personal, but then that would bleed over into my other like aspects of my conversation, or even my like personality, where I felt like, for example, I wanted to, in like a romantic relationship,
yeah.
for whatever reason, prior, like I would want to know everything, like, and I would feel weird if they didn't tell me something, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't. It's not. I don't have the right to know. If I'm quoting her, it's not a right. It's an invitation. Like
Yeah.
I didn't. They don't want to share that with me. That's them.
I think a lot of people think that though.
Yeah, I
like a
know.
lot of people think like if we're in a relationship, like I got to know.
I didn't know everything, but it comes in time. And when someone just tells you like, "Hey, yo, tell me," like when they just tell you everything, it doesn't come out naturally. It's just like it wasn't impactful. It wasn't meaningful because they were just opening up for the sake of opening up. You know?
That's even weird to expect everyone to tell you everything all the time.
Yeah. Like
even
like
if
me and you are in a platonic relationship. Are
I
we?
wouldn't call it platonic.
All right. Well, I didn't know anything.
I wouldn't use those words.
I had sex with your wife and not in those
Not in
words.
those words. He's talking about killing people. If you
She
got
didn't
that
even say-
reference, you get a free shirt. You
We-
won't. We're out. Sold out inventory. Just kidding.
Kind of.
Secret inventory.
Anyway, no, yeah, I think that it, like me and you are in a relationship right now, like a platonic relationship, and I don't feel the need to like share everything with you. But
Why not?
For whatever reason, if you were like in a romantic relationship with someone, or when I was like previously, I would feel like I would take it really personal
If they
when
didn't
they
tell you
did, when they didn't tell me something. But it's not my right to know. You know what I mean? And you have to be okay with just knowing what you do know and accepting what they want to share with you.
That's so weird because that's like the opposite. I feel like what people think right now.
Do you think that this thought is? I mean, we don't have much cultural knowledge about other places, but
Yeah.
this concept of honesty, do you think that's a very American thing?
I don't know. I think I don't know, but one of the things like I think about, I have like I was talking to someone and they were like they're saying that like so let's say like I was having problems in my relationship, right?
Like a friendship or like a
I
romantic?
mean, if I was in like a romantic relationship, who knows if I am? Who knows if I'm not?
Who knows?
Could be. Could not be.
Holla at your boy at Dominic at Domicito on Instagram.
Anyway.
He's single. You know that.
No,
Well,
not.
he doesn't.
Who knows?
All right. Anyway.
All right. Anyway, so I was talking to them, and they were saying that like when they had problems, like let's say like I'm in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
And I'm having problems,
Yeah.
and then like I talked to you about it,
Yeah.
like about the problems in my relationship, and then that the situation I'm talking about was their romantic partner was getting mad that they would come and like
Vent.
because
stuff.
they would be like, oh, now I'm gonna look like
Yeah.
like to them
I'm gonna look crazy to them.
exactly. But that was like interesting to me because I totally understand that point. You know what I mean? Like you're not like obviously like when you're in a relationship you're gonna see people like at their worst or whatever. Like see people act not the way they would.
Yeah.
But at the same time, for the person who's having problems, like what are they supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like
How else are they gonna deal with these things? you
not
know?
talk about it.
Yeah.
Like it's helpful to like talk those things through. Like you're not like saying it to put anyone down.
Exactly.
But I also understood like the other person's point of view where it's like
Right.
you shouldn't be putting our business out there like that.
I mean, see, the thing is, I think that in that situation, I feel like the person who is like, if I'm venting to my friends about something that's going on in my relationship or whatever,
Yeah.
honestly, I think that's totally valid. I think that's okay, to be honest,
I think
because
everyone needs that, right?
everyone needs that, and it's not at that point it is about like your partner, but mostly it's about how you feel, or like I'm not trying to generalize, but I think that it's more focused on like not necessarily the person, but the situation that's presented and that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
I don't
It's not
think-
like about
yeah.
them. It's about like because it was weird is that like if it was like about someone else, like if it was a friendship,
Yeah.
well, I think people still get mad at that too, though. Like if me and you were friends, I vented to my other friend about like the problems me and you were having.
Right,
You
right.
would kind of feel the same way, right?
I think being the person who's being talked about's role,
Yeah.
I think that it's like when you're the person talking about the person, you're fine. But if you're being talked about,
Yeah,
like,
it's
you don't
always
like
weird.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Because now
always weird.
I'm putting myself in those shoes.
I wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't like that either. So I mean, what do we just come to? Like,
I don't know.
Everyone's
We
right.
ran, so I don't know.
Everybody's okay.
But I think like what we came to the conclusion was like it's like okay to do that. And then, like I brought this whole thing up to talk about like the oversharing thing.
Yes.
Like it's okay until you get to the point where like the intimate details of your relationship, like you could tell them like general, like we're having problems with like we're having trust problems, right? Like that stuff I think is okay.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like personal stuff, like
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't disclose. You know what I mean? You could like talk about some of the issues you're having that on the surface, or
Right, but there's a limit. You think to what you can share?
I don't know, because like those are the things you'd want to talk about. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think that's something that I used to do, like a lot. Not necessarily with problems, just about like, no one wants to hear about. I mean, not like no one wants to, but no one wants to hear about your relationship, or like no one want, like.
Well, I think people do. Like, okay, as like being your friend and you being an oversharer.
A previous overshare, my
Oh,
guy.
sorry, my guy.
Me
But
guy.
I never saw it like, okay, you said that. I never saw you as like an oversharer.
Really?
Yeah, I just saw you someone who like liked talking about what was going on in their life. And like I'm the type of person who likes hearing that stuff. So it was like I never was like this guy talks too much about
And
like,
that's why we're dating.
get that platonic out of here. No, but like I said, like I never saw it as oh, this guy's just talking about himself. Like I never mind that type of stuff.
Wow.
But I could see like there are people who like every
Get out
time
here
you
with
see
that
them,
mess.
you're not
Yeah.
gonna get in a word edgewise because they're just talking about themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How do you feel about honesty used like in spurts? Like you're only honest when it's beneficial, or like that sounds bad when you say it
That
like
sounds
that.
horrible. That sounds really.
That
bad.
sounds really bad. You know
What do you
me.
mean? But what do you mean? Like
So in the interview, she talks about honesty as more of a consideration of how the person hearing the statement or hearing the facts would feel. So like if you were gonna, so for example, if someone cheated on their girlfriend or their wife or something,
yeah,
and he like had sex with someone else or something like
Yeah.
that, there are different ways to go about it. Like
I remember this part.
of the podcast,
And
right?
I remember thinking it was crazy, but I remember being like, this is like I remember like the concept being so foreign to me, like
It's
what she
crazy.
was saying, but it made so much
It does.
sense.
So going forward, like for example, if I was that dude and I
If you cheated on your girlfriend,
yeah, if I cheated on my girlfriend and had sex with someone
you may
else,
or may not have. Whoa.
I've never shouted this out before.
Yo.
Anyway, so if I were to do that and I were to come to you like, Dom,
Yeah.
like, yo, bro, do I tell her? Like, what do I do? And so a concept would be to just say, you would tell me, nah, man, that's your burden to bear. Like, you don't deserve to put that on her. If that really meant nothing, if that was like a one-time thing, like, it's not your burden. It's not your place to put that burden on her. But then I can go to like Miles or something, and Miles would be like, yo, bro, like, you have to tell her. That would be really disrespectful if you didn't tell her. And so there's two types of honesty there, because one, she doesn't know that it happened.
Yeah.
So you could just
Not
tell her. And that you just wouldn't share that with her. And people might think that that's dishonest. But I think that's just considering her feelings.
That was the craziest thing that she said.
Yeah.
Was like, by telling her, you're hurting her.
Yeah.
Or them or whoever it is.
So like it's like it's basically if a tree falls in the middle of a forest and no one's around to hear it, didn't make a sound. So like if nobody knows that you guys had relations outside of your relationship, like nobody will know. And you would have to bear that yourself.
That's crazy to me.
I think a lot of people listening would think that's super dishonest.
Well, you're saying they're what are you saying? What are you trying to say about?
They're closed-minded.
No, like I agree. Like that's like where you like. What is it? Does honesty mean telling everyone everything?
I don't know, dude. Because that whole concept of if I cheated on my girlfriend.
So let's get this.
Yeah.
So let's say you don't tell them about what happened.
Yeah.
Like, say I cheated and no one ever is gonna know, and I don't tell her.
Yeah.
But then like a year or two later, all of a sudden we're talking, and she's like, have you ever cheated on me?
Oh, me guy.
And now it puts you in the place where now if you say no, that's dishonest. You know what I mean?
I think so, because I think that, yo.
So if it comes to that, if you're like following that logic.
Okay, wait. So if she asks you.
Yeah.
And you have done it in the past, and you didn't tell her.
Yeah.
Would you say yes or no? Dominic Lozano.
I don't know. Let's say like it happened. Let's say it happened and there was no feelings involved with the other person.
I get you.
And there was no chance of anyone ever finding out, and it just like happened
in a perfect world.
It was like a mistake, like whatever. I don't think in my head that wouldn't be worth ruining if the relationship I was in at the time was like worth it, and it was something like I really valued.
Yeah.
And I knew it was gonna hurt or potentially end that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Like, I don't think I would tell them.
You know what's crazy? Let me hit you with a little nugget of facts.
What?
In the interview, Esther was talking about I just lost my train of thought completely. Wow.
That happens for me.
It's
gone.
It just gone. Wow, it's gone.
That's right, man.
No, but okay, say what you're saying again, please. I'm sorry.
I was talking about I wouldn't tell them.
Oh.
And sorry.
Okay. No, go ahead. No, keep going.
And what I was saying is, okay, so I told you my opinion.
Yeah.
Now if I was the cheatee, if I was the person being cheated on, and then and like I had a girlfriend, and let's say she went to Vegas or something.
Yeah.
Had like a one night stand in Vegas. And I'm
trying so hard to get this train back.
And I would, well, you can't, bro. You have to be present in the moment. You have to listen to what I gotta say.
You're right. Hey, yo, I really honestly that hit me deep.
So and that happened, and she cheated on me.
Yeah.
And I would never find out, and I would never know.
Yeah.
Like if I'm looking at it from that, because like I can look at it from my angle, like if I did it.
Yeah.
But if she did it to me, and she had no feelings like for this guy.
Yeah.
And like I would never find out. I wouldn't want to know.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, okay.
What would me knowing? What would that do?
So,
that would only make me mad, and like not trust her. You know what I mean?
But the thing is, in that situation, the responsibility of actually that being like the only time or whatever, it like really falls upon the person who cheated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if they're really real, like that was really just like a whatever thing. Also, came back to me. Esther would talk about. How it takes a lot of effort to make something mean nothing.
Yeah.
Like you got to really justify in your head, like, oh, that was really nothing. Like, but I think that it kind of means a lot when it means nothing in a way.
What do you mean?
Like it takes a lot of effort sometimes to justify an event to mean nothing.
Like nothing
that,
at all.
Like that really meant nothing to me. We just had sex and that was it. Or like we just like made out and that was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then you have to rationalize it to yourself. Like you have to just cut out.
I don't think so, because I could think like in the moment it can mean something, and then after it could be nothing. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
Like in that moment, be like, "Oh, this is like tight or whatever." Like I should
Yeah,
do this.
yeah.
Like this is cool. And then
Yeah.
like after it's like, "Wow, that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that."
Yeah.
And then it's like no big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like the only time I would get mad, like and I'd be like hurt, is if they cheated on me with the same person like multiple times. Because then that means they're not like physically cheating on me. It's like emotionally cheating on me, and that's way worse in my head.
I'm not gonna lie. I have never actually been cheated on.
Neither have I.
Damn, man. Shout out to
I'm
love.
trying to think. Yeah, no, neither have I.
That's crazy. That's interesting. Yo,
we're cursing ourselves right now.
I know. my guy.
Hey, you know who's listening to this?
Who?
I'm talking to. Never mind. I was talking to someone.
What?
For you through me? You better watch yourself.
Oh my god, you're wild, my guy.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Anyway, but yeah, I think that if somebody were to ask me, and I have cheated on them, and if someone were to ask me, like, have you cheated on me, and I didn't tell them originally,
yeah. But what if it was okay, let's say like we could see the future and we knew everything that was gonna happen.
Okay.
And if you did cheat and like you plan on being honest, like the honesty we're talking about, where like you don't bring it up, like it's oversharing or whatever.
Yeah.
And you don't feel the need to tell them.
Yeah.
And then like 5 years later they ask you like, have you ever cheated on me?
Mm-hmm.
And then you knew how both answers would go. So if you said yes, you two would break up.
Yeah.
And you would like go on to a different relationship.
Yeah.
If you said no, you guys would stay together, end up getting married, and have kids and all that. Like, what would you do? For me,
you would say no.
I would say no.
Yo, that's crazy.
I would 100% say no.
That's crazy. You know, it's not crazy because it's not wrong. It's just crazy because that will be buried deep within your past, and literally only you two would know about. Or like you and your boys.
You would know. You know my guy.
You and your boys would know about it, but not your wife.
Wait, but am I wrong? Like, would you like? Okay, if you're in that situation,
so like definitely, if you knew both outcomes, and
if you knew both outcomes,
genuinely, you would say no in that situation.
Yeah. Why? Like, I don't see like why. What would be the point? You would ruin like a good relationship.
You know who it? Man.
For what? For like a virtuous like, oh, I'm truthful and I'm honest. Like what?
See, that's crazy.
I can throw that away for like the sake of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
But that makes me sound like dirty, like a dirty liar. You know what I mean? Like this guy would do anything for himself. Like he'll lie. Like that's
nobody's gonna hit you up anymore.
I know.
No more play for.
But wait, what do you think? Like now, like be on my side. Like help me out. I'll hear about myself right now.
I'm really torn. Like I really, I can't make. I'm indecisive in these types of things, bro.
What would the benefit be of telling them?
Exactly. I know what you're saying, but inside, technically you're lying to that question.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just it's like half honesty, but it's honesty. It's like a very utilitarian view of honesty.
Yeah.
Like the most good for the most people.
Bro, yeah. That's what this book I'm reading right now, it's like, it talks about like how humans evolved. It's called Sapiens.
Yeah.
We shut them out. But it's talking about like all these things that we like think of in our head, like human rights. That stuff doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like all these like moral standards we have, like that stuff like, and so like if it's the outcome is going to be more beneficial, like then I'm willing to like forego being honest in that situation.
I get what you're saying, and it makes sense. But in my gut, I want to say I would tell them.
But like for what?
I know.
For this like idea of you being like an honest person.
Yeah, bro. I don't know.
Like, oh, I'm honest. Like, I mean, yes. Like, don't get me wrong.
That's
like,
important.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm like, I pride myself on being honest. You know what I mean? Like, don't like. This makes me sound like a bad person.
No,
like,
it doesn't. It doesn't.
Like, I pride myself on being honest. And like an open, like
genuine
kind of guy. You know what I mean? But if that much is at stake, I'm willing to like push my honesty aside.
You know. It's like like again, like if you're really real about this, it would just be that once and that one time only. That would just be your hidden secret deep in your heart, like you know what I mean. And damn, like really not telling them something to protect them or protect both your guys,
to protect us.
Wow, protect us from me.
Yeah, protect me from me.
Protect me from
the only reason it would be different is like, let's say I cheated on the same person like.
Exactly.
With like the same, I cheated on them with the same person a couple times.
Yeah,
and it wasn't just like a thing, like a fling. Like it actually meant something. Then if they ask me, then I would be obliged to tell them. You know what I mean?
Actually mentally really struggling with this right now.
It's tough.
I'm stressed.
It's tough. Okay, imagine like this. So I'll even make it more like.
Yeah.
So you cheated on them.
Yeah.
One time, didn't mean anything. She asked you 5 years later, and
you
now we're
say-
looking at the two forks in the road.
Yeah.
If you say no, you get married, you have kids, you live a happy life.
Mm-hmm.
If you say yes, I did, you end up breaking up.
Yeah.
You end up going with someone who you know is not right,
Yeah.
and you like settle for them, and you know what I mean. And then, but your whole life you go knowing that this person isn't the person I should have married.
Oh my god.
All four,
I.
I'm an honest person.
You know what's crazy? I think that sacrificing your sense of honesty for overall happiness and like genuine love.
Yeah.
But then how does it
No,
does it shatter the genuine
no,
the genuineness?
no.
of-
How would that shatter that? I don't think honesty and love are like two.
You see, this is where that new interpretation of honesty comes
Yeah.
in. It's like, are you honest for the betterment of like the group and the safety of the group?
That's what I think it should be.
Well, I can be a fan of it in theory, but in
But in
practice,
practice, nah.
it's so different, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that is actually. I mean, I can't give you an answer right now. I have to really think on
By
it.
the way, I will never be in that situation. I'm not a cheater. So so this question in real life,
It's super hypothetical.
yeah, this is very hypothetical.
Super pregnant.
and it's honestly easy for me to say. But I think if like the situation were to occur,
Yeah.
who knows what I would do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no one knows.
Because everyone like, especially if I'm in
yeah.
a relationship like that,
Yeah.
I'd pride myself on being honest.
And you would never know the outcomes, and you would never know the context
Yeah.
of the time in your relationship, and you would never know if you were gonna marry her or not.
but in theory,
In theory, if you did know,
it would
all
make
that.
more sense for
In theory, yes, yeah, that's a really good question.
you still haven't provided an answer.
Okay, wait. Can I switch gears a little bit for
Can you after you answer the question?
genuinely, if I think about it, and ultimately the best choice to make would be to say no. If I really think about it,
Final answer.
is this for $1 million or is this for
Yeah.
$100?
$1 million.
There's no right or wrong though. So I mean, there's no million.
I know, but just like what would your answer be?
In my head right now, I'm saying no.
That's crazy to me because logically that doesn't make any sense.
Saying no,
Yeah.
it makes sense in like logically on a bigger scale, but internally it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's weird. Because like logically, there's an obvious right answer in my head. I'm not saying it's like a right answer for everyone,
Yeah,
but it's like if it's like what you said is like so true. If like a tree falls in the forest, does anyone hear it?
yeah.
If no one's ever gonna know,
Did it happen?
why would I
Compromise.
put someone through that?
Yeah,
Like I'm trying to save their emotions and like their like well-being.
yeah. That's crazy.
Does
man.
the truth matter?
What is truth? What is your truth?
Wait, sorry. So you're gonna switch gears? What are you saying?
A little bit. So, also in the interview with Esther Perel,
Yeah.
shout out to Esther Perel.
Our podcast. We should have a podcast where we just talk about other podcasts.
like a recurring segment of podcasts.
We talk about podcasts. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
She explained the story about this couple who basically the wife would give the husband a report card. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So she would grade him on like a scale like 1 to 10 or something
Yeah.
on like 4 categories, like lover, provider, something else, and something else.
Yeah.
And basically they gave the example of like if he were to go on like a business trip, he would get like a high provider score because he's working and going out and traveling for his family. But and he, for example, were to cheat on his wife, he would get a low lover score. And so at the end of every like trimester or quarter or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't know what, but he had to score in every report card like a certain average
Yeah.
every time to be like good in her eyes. And I think that I like that because of what she also likes about it. She said that she likes it because it's creative and it kind of takes the pressure off of like that honesty thing because
Yeah.
you know that you guys both have an agreement like I can not get away with, but I can do certain things that typically I wouldn't be able to do if we weren't this honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The way I think like what I see that as like the way like relationships are going now,
Yeah.
like it's moving away from like being married to the same person for how many ever years and having like not talking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not saying like, oh, like we should like all date other people or anything.
Yeah.
But a relationship that's much more like practical and like something that works. Because obviously, like the way marriage is right now,
Yeah.
it's not working. Like this,
Yeah.
this is like, what is it? 50. We were talking about it earlier. 50%
50%.
are not married,
And then-
out of that 50%, how many are happy?
Yeah.
And it's like, so if we're gonna do it like that way, why not do something that will like create a way? So now
To make things work, right?
Now the way I think about it, it's like a partnership. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like how can like we're partners in this business, and this
Yes.
business is our family.
Yeah.
And what's the best way we can go about this?
Yeah.
And
And no, yeah. And what I
with
also
love in there. That sounds like very strict. Like
say it again.
I said, with love in there as well. Like that sounds very strict.
Yeah.
Like logic. Like but obviously it's formed based on love.
I think that there should be these little like structures within your within your relationship, or like certain things that not necessarily hold you accountable, but keep you like sharing information between each other. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? These rituals, like as something that Esther said in the interview, also that in the last like 50, 100 years, like in every other field, there's been innovation and progress.
Yeah.
But we still treat relationships the same. Like there's been no
Yeah.
innovation in the system or the way that they're set up in a way. You know what I mean? Because I don't know why we leave them untouched. Like it's a very archaic.
It's just saying it should be
yeah,
this
system.
way.
Right, but I think that by not being flexible in that, like, and not trying these things out, like the report card system,
Yeah.
like, really limits us, because we have this structured view when it should be really something more like fluid, or like something that can evolve or be flexible.
What I was reading in that book too, I was talking about like the
Sapiens?
history of like humankind and stuff.
Yeah.
It was like this idea of like a nuclear family,
Yeah.
and like a one relationship, like where you get together and that was like something that didn't exist before like civilized.
Like romanticism came in and stuff. Like
Yeah,
that.
that's not something like in nature, like in tribes of people who aren't like who haven't like been westernized,
Yeah.
or like who are still like what's the word?
I know what you're saying.
It's not indigenous. No, it's not the word at all. It's tribes who are like isolated tribes. Like they haven't been contacted by they're still like.
They haven't been brought into like modern rituals
exactly.
of like society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a word for it. I can't.
I know exactly
Yeah.
because we watched the documentary on those tribes of people who were not touched
Crazy.
by.
That's one of my favorite. Anyways, but so she's talking. They were talking about those people, and those people like it. Their views on like relationships and kids are completely different. They're saying like when a woman was going to have a baby,
Yeah.
she would go and have sex with as many people as she could after she knew she was pregnant, because their idea on like having kids was that they took all the sperm from all the males, formed the baby. So like
That's crazy.
yeah, obviously it's not true. Like
It's
we
a
know
super sperm.
Yeah, we know how babies work now, but shit, that's what they're saying. So like there wasn't like the jealousy. Like they would know, they would want her to go around and have sex with everyone, because they would take all the traits from all those people and then form that baby. And like different like tribes, like if you look in like monkeys and stuff like that,
Yeah.
they don't have like one parent and one father and then they raise a child. It's a village. And you know, it
God.
takes a village or whatever.
God.
But that, like
It's true. It's true.
I'm not saying we should be like that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like that we have this idea like this is how you have to raise a human child, and this is what you have to have, and you have to, and that's not. I think we're seeing like we can think it, but you're seeing now that like, this isn't right. Like this isn't
Yeah.
I think the way it should be.
Why do you think that people are so latched onto the concepts that are so like rigid? I don't know what it is about. I don't know if it's just me being a young like male in today's
A young
world.
millennial.
No, God, I hate you. Why? I don't know why. Like, it's hard for people to put those practices into like their daily life, or like even like a
What
little
practices?
bit, like a little more. I don't actually exactly know where I'm going, but
when you're brought up thinking this is the way things are, and
Yeah.
like
it's kind
marriage
of hard to change your thoughts on certain topics that you're. Yeah,
marriage doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's a concept that humans created in order to help society become the way. It's like this is the way things will work.
Yeah.
and this is gonna make it better. This way. It's like it's a concept we created, but we think it's like the way things. We get tricked because like it's been that way for so long.
yeah. We just come into this system.
We get tricked into thinking like this is the way it is because it's the way it's always been.
I don't know how true this is, but I remember reading or hearing or something like about Native Americans or Indians,
Yeah.
how they don't have a word for like ownership or something. I don't know how valid that is.
Yeah.
But I think
You're
that
spewing lies.
it's hella lies. But I think that if it were true, that's such a different, like, obviously worldview of modern society.
Yeah.
So that's something that also I feel like people get caught up on. Like when you're in a relationship with someone, like you don't own them, or they're not. It's hard to like really define how you would treat that person differently.
Yeah.
Owning them versus letting them like be their own person and be free and stuff.
Bro, they were saying in a lot of these old like civilizations, children and wives were thought of as property. You know what I mean? Like
In a negative sense.
I'm not saying it's positive or negative. Like obviously I don't agree with that.
Like, oh,
They like obviously I don't agree with like
Yeah.
that, but like it's just that's how it was. They're like, well, your wife was your property, seen as something like not as its own entity. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if like someone like raped your wife,
yeah.
I forgot. Sorry, I forgot what happened. But instead of like, they would go and hurt your wife as payback or something like that. That's completely
Oh,
wrong. I'm sorry.
what?
Like I'm getting all this wrong.
It's okay.
Forget that. I
Spewing
even said
lies.
that.
But I mean, I kind of get where you're going with that. Like, instead of owning someone, they're not like yours. They're like, how about this? They're not in the same car as you. They're driving next to you, son.
I kind of like that.
You know what I mean?
I think that's because I think like in both sides, like like women, the way they think about their like husband and the husbands think about their wife.
Yeah.
You always say, "Oh, he's mine. Oh,
Yeah.
she's mine."
Yeah.
Like, and it is like a type of like
Yeah.
they're mine.
Yeah.
Like they're mine.
Yeah.
And I think that like that. I think that car metaphor. I like it because like we're in the same car.
I think you could say mine, like for now. Or like
No, I don't.
I'm
I don't
just
think
kidding.
you
No,
should.
I'm
I don't
just
even think you should say mine. You
Yeah.
should be like, oh yeah, well, you know I like the old. Oh yeah, we're going together.
I like that.
I like
Because that makes a lot of sense when you
Yeah,
say
yeah.
it like that.
We're going
together. We're like in the same like river right now.
We're on the same path.
Yeah, you never know which tributary I might hit when I branch out to the ocean, you know? I think that's really cool. I think that's a really cool way to look at things.
The only like so all this makes sense in my head, like how like relationships quote unquote should be.
What about in practice, son?
The only time it doesn't make sense is when you start having kids. To me,
That's when you bring in other parties, bro. That's like a whole different game.
but that's like so like right now, like yes, that makes sense. Like we're partners in this. Like
Yeah.
we're both. You know what I mean? It's like it's a partnership.
Yeah.
But then when you start having kids, that's when things start getting like way different. in my head.
For example, going back to now in this situation, you have children.
Yeah.
And you cheated on your wife
Yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
And 5 years now, she's asking you, and you didn't tell her previously.
Yeah.
But now she's asking, hey, have you ever like cheated on me? I don't know why she'd be doing that. And you have kids now.
Yeah.
Would you still say no?
Yeah. I would even say it more now. I'd be more willing to say no at that point.
Because you know the dad in like the movies
Yeah.
or whatever, like my kids need to know, but like they, I want them to be honest, so I'm gonna be honest. My kids need to know.
That's stupid.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That like virtuoso honesty, dude.
Yeah. That's stupid.
Do you think that's selfish?
Kinda. I think didn't she say that in the
Is it selfish to tell that? Like it?
I think so.
Oh my god!
'Cause
Because it goes against everything that we've been taught.
But telling someone that, what would it do? The only thing it would do
Is mess everything
is
up.
hurt everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you'd actually be like, yes, you messed up, but by you telling people, you'd mess it up even more. You know what I mean? And for what? The sake like this like I'm an honest person. I got to get this off my chest. It definitely is. I 100% agree. It's definitely a selfish thing.
Wow.
It's 100% a selfish thing.
That's crazy because it goes against everything we've been
Yeah.
told. Everything we've been told, like you have to be honest for yourself and like you have to set
No,
your
everything
truth.
we told is you have to be honest for everyone else, right?
Wait, can I hit a bomb one time?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, wrong.
Isn't that what it is though? It's like
Wrong.
we're taught that you have to be honest. It's for everyone else, isn't it?
I think so, bro. I think you know why? Why do people feel the need to know like everything about you? Like, why do they make you or instill in you that you have to be honest for other people? Like, why is that important? I want to see it from
That's
the,
what
from
you
the
know.
group, from
You know
the
what's
big
wild?
group side.
You know what's wild? Is like you say that and I think about it. It's like wow. Because then you say that and I'm like, should we just never be honest and lie all the time? And like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
how do you distinguish like when you should be honest? Because now we're even debating when to be honest, and
Yeah.
that in my head doesn't sound right.
Yeah. I
Like, I don't know. Like,
but
how do
see,
you?
I think that this situation occurs very rarely though, because there's very rarely a time when I feel like you have to keep something, unless you're like living a super crazy life.
Yeah,
If I feel like in my life this doesn't really come up that often because I'm just being regular.
I feel
You
like
know,
we're
I'm
not like bad people.
yeah,
we're not doing stuff.
I'm not cheating on anyone. You know,
We're not doing stuff where we would need to hide.
Yeah,
anything.
exactly. So it's like,
Like, if you had an opinion, like if you're being honest and you knew, like if you had honest thoughts and you knew it was gonna hurt someone's, like, you know what I mean? If you knew it was gonna hurt someone and it wasn't beneficial at all, because sometimes like honesty, like you need to hurt someone in order for like like I needed to hear that type of thing.
yeah.
But if you were being honest and it wasn't gonna benefit them and it was only gonna hurt them,
Yeah.
like why would you say it?
See, the thing is, if you never said anything about this,
Yeah,
I don't think that the person would be asking.
exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
so in this case, like, you would just never tell them.
So in those situations, I'm not saying like because now like when I hear it, when I step back out of the conversation, I hear it's like, yeah, why do we need to be honest? Like, yeah, I don't think that at all. But I think like only in situations like that,
Yeah.
when it's not going to benefit anything and it's only going to hurt, then why would you tell someone?
It's like free speech. If you speak out in a movie theater and yell fire, that's like you're not exercising your free speech because you're endangering everybody else.
yeah,
So like you shouldn't do that.
exactly, because you're hurting
Wow.
someone else.
That's crazy. And oh my god. And that's the benefit. You're taking the loss because it may or may not be eating you up inside,
Yeah.
and they're staying happy.
So it's almost like it almost is like a what's the word?
This
for
is
that?
my burden to bear. Like this
yeah.
is what I do.
You almost are like taking a L for the team.
Yeah.
because like yeah, it's gonna eat you up, but you're doing it for the benefit of
The group.
whatever else.
And because you perform that action, like you have to deal with it. Why?
only you now.
Why does your partner have to go through the pain with you?
You think they'd be mad? So if you think like if I had a girlfriend right now,
This
and
logic
like,
is crazy.
And if I had a girlfriend right now, and I told them like, and if I explained that to them,
Yo,
would you be mad? Like if your girlfriend,
yeah.
if you have one, who knows?
Who knows?
and
The thoughts presented in this podcast do not accurately reflect.
and like let's say she cheated. Now this is all hypothetical.
All hypothetical.
And if she cheated on you,
Yeah.
and then now like let's say like instead of me talking to you, I was talking to her about this stuff, and she had the same views that I did.
Wait, say that again.
So let's say like your girlfriend was me.
Yeah.
It's not hard to imagine.
Not at all.
and like we're having this conversation, and she thought the same way I was thinking.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I wouldn't tell him because like why would I?
Yeah. That. But then would I be? How would I be?
How would you
thinking?
feel about it? Yeah.
You know, I don't do good with these.
I know, bro.
hypotheticals.
Like
I can't give you an answer.
These hit you too hard. These hit you too hard.
Yeah. Because I try to really put them into practice for my own life. You know,
Dog,
like I don't.
my thinking is, if I didn't know, it wouldn't matter. If it didn't affect anything, I don't care, and I would never know. Like you, a hard thing to think of is thinking of never knowing something. You know what I mean?
A heart. Oh yeah, it's like the concept of zero when people didn't know what zero was.
Exactly.
Like it because you don't think about it, it does not exist.
Because
well,
of-
no, it exists, but it's just not in
because
your
I'm
brain.
thinking about it right now, so obviously it exists. But if I were to never think about that,
Yeah.
it would literally never cross my mind, so I wouldn't care. I
Oh,
wouldn't
that's
know.
crazy.
I wouldn't know. Like
That's
I would.
crazy.
Why would I want to know
Exactly.
that?
I totally understand the logic, but because society has beaten me down, no, because
You're slave to the system,
I'm a slave.
man.
Bro, like, see, the thing is though, I think that now personally, like, really applying it, I think I used to be way more on the side of like, tell me everything.
Yeah, tell me.
But now I think that as I've I've matured, like not saying like a super mature guy, but like
Yeah.
I've matured as a person. I totally get like it's allowed me to be more lax about stuff. Like
Yeah.
like I get it. Like you don't have to tell me stuff. Like that's totally fine. Like I get it because
What's like what is stuff you'd be okay with someone not telling you? Like, cause I think at a
See,
certain
the thing is, if they didn't tell me, like, I'm not trying to be a prior. Like, if you're not telling me, like, then you're not telling me. Like, that's,
But if
that's yours, you know what I mean?
if we're in this together,
Yeah.
there's certain like I don't know where I would draw a line on things.
So, like, for example, we're driving in two cars separately, right?
Yeah.
Like, as a partnership, as a relationship. She doesn't have to tell me what music she's listening to, you know, like
Yeah.
on the radio. It's like, she's still with me, like driving next to me, but she can be jamming out to her own song.
Yeah.
And I could ask her. She's like, no, don't worry about it. This is like a me thing. I don't think that I would be hurt. I would just be like, I get it. I understand that you have your things, and you know what? If you want to keep those things private for yourself, that's good. I'm not trying to take it personally because I know that at least I don't think that you're doing that to spite me.
I think a lot of people
would
have a hard time with that, including me. I think in my head right now.
Yeah. Like if you see her like really enjoying herself and like having a great time in her car, and she's like not telling you what music she's listening to, or what podcast she's listening to, or whatever, like
I don't like this metaphor anymore. Can we get off this? Can we just talk about it in
Sorry.
real? Can we talk about it in
it was
real
good.
life?
It was good for a second. It was good for a second because it was strong.
It was
strong for a
strong, and
minute.
then you just kept on going with it.
Sorry,
no one to cut it.
I'm sorry, man. Anyway, but yeah, no, like. Why would you feel bad? See, in this situation, I'm curious because you can definitely like not, you can hold it in, right?
Yeah.
But when she or he, whatever, doesn't want to tell you something, nothing. Doesn't want to tell you something. Why would you feel like you would? Why do you feel bad, or like why would you want to?
Okay,
go?
in my head, what this reminds me of, like, let's say I come home.
Yeah.
From a hard, I'm 35, a hard day of work, in my suit, in my briefcase. I
didn't know you wrapped in wearing a suit and a briefcase.
And then my wife comes home, and then she's in a bad mood.
Yeah.
And like, what's going on? What's wrong? It's like nothing.
That's a very specific.
But you know what I mean? Like, so in that situation, what am I just gonna do?
See, the thing is, bro, in a way, like part of me, like, would honor that. Like,
I don't know.
You might have to just be like, I get you. I would like to know, like, I would just ask some general questions like, are you okay? Like,
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. I mean, I'm gonna honor that. Like, you could.
All right.
Like,
all right, whatever you want, babe. I'm gonna honor you as a person.
All right, boo. Like,
no,
because it's important to let people like just
Yeah.
experience things on their own. Like, if she needs to or he needs to go through that like on their own, I mean, I would think that they can handle it because they're choosing to do that. I'm not gonna pry. Obviously,
it wouldn't bother you.
It would bother me. I would be concerned for them.
Yeah, I think that's.
I don't think that I'd be concerned like for like the safety of a relationship or something. You know, unless they come forward and start like telling you. You know, but if they feel like they can handle that by themselves and they want to do that, and I've offered my services, like, yo, are you
offer
good?
my services as
God, why do you take everything out of context, my guy?
That's funny.
If I offered to like assist or like
Yeah.
help, you know, and they were like, "No, I'm good. Like, I don't want to talk about it right
I think
now."
what you said was like, I'd be concerned like that. I'd just be concerned like if they're okay.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, because a lot of people, they wouldn't be concerned if they're okay. They'd be concerned that they're not telling them. What are they not? It's a suspicion of what they're not telling them. Because being concerned like about them and hoping they're okay is a different like.
That's a big distinction
between like what are they not telling me? Because that turns into like
that's personal.
Yeah.
That's where you're saying, why aren't you telling me?
Yeah.
Instead of saying
That's selfish.
That's selfish.
Yeah.
But me saying, I hope that you're okay. Like, I'm concerned about you. I get it. Like, you don't have to tell me, but I get it. Like, that's different. That's more you're caring about the other person fully.
I think a lot of times, now that I say that, I think a lot of times people fight is over like selfish things.
Yeah.
Like, you need to tell me these things.
I deserve to know.
Tell you shit. Yeah, like I deserve to know type stuff. We're
Yeah.
in a relationship. I deserve to know that. And
That's
and
crazy.
just being like, I don't even know that.
I think that when you go about it that way, like saying, I don't need to know that, it's a way more simpler way to look at things.
Yeah.
Instead of you always having to like claw for information or like really have to pry stuff out of them. Because then when they tell you, because you like coax it out of them, it's weird. Because they didn't want to share that with you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Then it gets really weird.
Yeah, I know what you
So I think that it's really good to like keep the balance by just understanding that people have their things and you have your things, you know? Because I don't think it's beneficial, which is something I've been guilty of also in the past, of like really, I don't know how else to say this, but like becoming the other person. Like I
What do
would
you
just
mean?
like, I would like more or less like really just lose my boundaries, like of
who you are,
of who
yeah.
I am and who they are. because I used to think like that. Like I would really want to tell them
We are
everything.
one.
Yeah, bro.
And we're melted together.
For real. I would like lose boundaries with
Uh-huh.
like for myself.
Yeah. I think everyone's like, I think I'm
Everyone's-
guilty of the same
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
I think
At
that
least at one point.
the more you learn though, like it's like a balance. There are things you share, you don't share, and things you don't go.
I think it's hard because you have to be very in control of yourself
Yeah.
to like think, you know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
I think it's a natural tendency to like think of them as a part of you.
Yeah.
And them owing you certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're in this relationship, you owe me this. Like you have to tell me these type of things. Like that's like I don't know if we're taught that or if it's a normal feeling to have, but I feel like everyone has that at one point. You know what I mean? But
Is it a form? It's not really a form of It's I feel like it's related to jealousy almost.
yeah, no, 100% related
Yeah.
to jealousy.
Yeah.
But I think if like you're in control of like, I guess boundaries and like knowing that like thinking of like it's redefining the way you think of a relationship instead of this is a us thing, like a one thing.
Yeah.
This is a
It's like it's not
two-person
It's like yeah,
thing.
it's not us. It's you and me kind
Yeah.
of thing in a way.
what about us, baby? Like it's not no. What about you and me? Like,
Yo. You and me versus us.
and I think it's way more like in my mind empowering because then it's not about like I don't know, like I don't know. You know what I mean? It's about two individuals instead of being about like we're a couple.
Do you think that because it's crazy because if you think about it like I don't know about like logically
Yeah.
like it sounds weird when you say that two people acting a little bit more separate would be a stronger relationship than two people really acting in like unison would be weaker.
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah, because
The way it sounds like the people that would be acting together would be stronger, like
Yeah.
teamwork. But I think that it's just weird to hear that people acting separately or more separate or a little more detached in a way would be like
I don't think they'd be more detached.
I think detached might be too strong of a word, but
Because I think they would just be operating at a relationship. They'd be looking at it from a different angle, so they would think about like a relationship differently.
yeah.
and
Do
it wouldn't have to be do everything together and be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think that there's like going off of that? Do you think that there's for sure a power balance? And it's crazy because
What do you mean power balance?
like between the two people, like the two parties, like there's a relationship that's also dependent upon like power,
wait, what do you mean power? I don't understand.
like power over the other person. Like somebody could be fearing like I don't want like okay quote unquote like I don't want to lose you. There's one person that's like
that's like always one
that's
person,
like always
yeah.
saying I don't want to lose you. There's other person that's worried about being suffocated or like. So
you think that's always how it is?
not always, but I think that there's definitely power balances within that are interesting.
I definitely have been in a relationship where like I was on one side of that power balance,
Yeah.
and then I felt it switch.
really
Yeah, and I felt it that I was on the other side all of a sudden.
like which side did you start on?
I started on the side where it was like, oh, I don't want to lose you, and then like somewhere halfway through it flipped.
Do you think that you started caring less or just started thinking differently?
I think it had to do with me, the relationship not being it like because when you're the one where you like you don't want this, like I don't want to lose you. The relationship means more to you. I think.
You know, it's interesting. Esther, again, said that she said that she finds that it's often the case that the person who is not saying anything like that might feel it even deeper than
Saying anything like what?
saying the I don't want to like lose your I don't want you.
Oh,
to,
they feel that same feeling stronger.
They might.
I think I remember hearing
instead of the person who verbalizes it, the person who doesn't say anything may be feeling it more intensely than.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know why that is.
There's more closed off about it.
Maybe I don't know exactly, but I can see why that would make sense.
Bro, that's the scariest feeling to me.
What?
That I don't want to lose you feeling.
Honestly, it used to really, really get me.
Yeah.
But now it's like it'll be. I mean, I'm like decently confident, like as a person and in my relationships and
Yeah.
stuff. So like I think that we're like good. I know that I'm not.
Who's
I'm not.
we're?
Huh?
Who's weird?
Chill out, me guy. Chill out, me guy.
Sorry, wait, sorry. What are you saying? Like,
Yeah, like, I'm not really like. I think that we're good. Like, you know what I
who's
mean?
we're? Just kidding. Yeah, you're good.
Wait, I'm saying we're, and you keep saying who's we're. Like that's not the same thing.
I don't know. I think there's like a because if you don't think that, like I don't want to lose you, then you're like, then that's like almost saying like, okay, I'm cool with losing you.
No, it's not that. It's just like you're confident in the relationship. Like I'm just here. You're here. Like we're just together. You know what I mean? I don't know if that
It makes sense.
That doesn't really help anything the way I like explain that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense in my head where I'm not scared.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not scared about losing the person, but
But do you like?
but
you don't want to lose him,
But I
right?
don't want to lose him at the same time. But I'm not scared.
I guess that makes sense.
I'm not scared, but I don't want to lose him at the same time.
But that just means like you.
It's very neutral, which
See,
is
and
which
in my
is
head,
bad and good.
Yeah, I was about to say in
which
my head
sounds bad.
In my head, that like very neutral. That means like
I don't think
it's
that-
not that serious of a relationship.
No, but I don't think that takes away from like the quote unquote fire or like the chill out. Don't look at me like that, me guy.
No, I know what you mean, but it sounds like that. Like
I think
I don't care if we break up.
Okay,
That means you like in my head. In my head, that means I don't care.
No, okay. This is what I equate it to. Bruce Lee said something to the effect of like when you're ready to fight or like when you're getting ready to fight someone,
Yeah.
don't be tense. You'll be quicker if you're relaxed. If you're tense, your movements and everything won't come out as fluid. When you're relaxed, like your whole body is relaxed, you're ready. Like you're more ready when you're relaxed, to be honest. And I feel like being in a more neutral state like that and not being super like tense about like, am I going to lose him? Am I losing him? I think it's better to. I think that puts a lot of pressure on the other person too. Like, I don't want to lose you. You know what I mean? That makes them feel like they need to be with you.
That reminds me like
You know?
like I'm not afraid to die, but I don't want to die.
In a way,
You know what I mean?
In a way, like you just accept it. In a way,
It's like I obviously I'm not worrying about death. I'm not worried about like,
Yeah.
I don't wake up every morning like I might die today. Like,
yeah.
But I forgot where I was going with that.
It's
You know
you're
what
just
I'm
a little. You kind of see things more objectively.
Yeah.
And in my situation, like I am super confident.
What
You know
situation?
my God. Ain't,
What type of situation are you in?
man. No, but you know what I mean? Like I'm like super confident and that shit doesn't like shout out to Paloma, whatever.
There we go. We on, baby. What's up? What's good, Paloma? Woo!
Chill out, me guy.
All right,
Whatever.
sorry.
We just peaked really high on
I know it's whatever.
whatevs. No, but yeah, like yeah, you know what I mean? Like I think that it's the same thing to the effect of I don't want to die, but if I were to die, like it is what it is.
It is,
You
and that
know what I
doesn't
mean?
and that doesn't make your
That doesn't
it doesn't
take
make
away
your
anything.
will to live that doesn't diminish
Yeah.
your will to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that's really your mic stand's falling
It's
apart.
alright. I'll hold it
Okay.
together.
But how do you feel? Like how do you feel in that regard of like
As I answer this question, can you like type
Oh,
my mic
yeah,
stand?
yeah.
Help you boy out. How do I feel in regard to what? What were you saying?
the feeling of the power balance, like you the fearful person in the relationship and like the more stoic, like
More like don't get in my face too much.
don't yeah.
I don't think that has to happen. I don't know if I've been in a relationship where that hasn't happened. You know what I mean? But I definitely don't think it's something that like has to be there. Yeah. Like in my head, like why can't we just both be cool with where we're at? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like the same thing. Like, yeah, like you. I don't want to break up, but
I think
I don't like my life's not gonna end if you break up with me.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I get you. And I think that it's the best when both parties are at the same level. Like they both understand this concept. Like it's cool to not be worried about, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like you know what rappers always say? Like she could be talking to you in the club, but I know who she's leaving with.
Yeah. See that those type of relationships are tight. Where it's
That's
like,
just tight, bro.
yo, like whatever. Like, oh, like some people could say something to like try to make you jealous, just like that. But bro,
I know who she's leaving with, bro.
I know
It's me.
I'm confident in
You know
my
what I mean?
relationship. Yeah, I'm confident in my relationship. You don't care.
That's
And,
tight.
and if that's both ways, that's like
That's so cool.
And I've been around a couple relationships, people in relationships like that.
Yeah.
And it's like people have like said something like, yo, like your girlfriend's like over there, blah 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 blah. And it's like, that doesn't make you mad? Like what? And they literally like the look that those people gave the other person, like, what do you mean?
It's like, why would I be mad?
It was foreign to them. The fact that like that like the other person was like, yo, shouldn't you be mad? And they looked at them like they didn't even comprehend why they would be mad.
Yeah.
And that was like the truest like relationship I saw. It was like,
That's
like, what?
That's supreme confidence
Yeah.
in your relationship.
not even confidence, just like, yo, you know what I mean? Like we're together, like we're,
It's unshakable.
so what? Let them, like, what?
Yeah.
Like they're their own person. Let them do what they want.
yeah.
Like that's like the ultimate, because like I feel like in relationships, like, oh, they're mine, they can't be doing that. It's like a possessive
Exactly,
thing, boy
exactly.
and girl.
Yeah.
It's not just a guy thing.
Yeah.
It's like boy and girl. I think it's more common to be a guy thing though in our culture.
I think
Way
that
more
in,
common
in our culture, for sure.
Way more common
For sure.
Like even like what you said, like I know who she's leaving with. Like that's like even like a guy, like a
But
male.
that was being a rapper.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean. Yeah. But anyway, like a lot of relationships are like that. Like that's my guy, that's my girl.
Yeah.
Like what are they doing over there?
Yeah.
They shouldn't be over there. It's like what? It should be like they can do whatever they want.
I think that's something that comes with maturity, you know?
Yeah,
And
I
also
definitely
being
think so.
secure, like with yourself.
Yeah. Or I don't even think with yourself. I think like confident in the relationship you do have
Yeah.
and like trusting.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. It feels really nice when you can just be okay.
Uh-huh.
Like you're just cool.
Oh,
You know?
we good.
Oh, we good.
We good, fam.
Yeah, we good. What's up? Yeah, we good. What's it to ya? I feel like I'm in Hey Arnold or something.
What's it to
What's
ya?
it to ya, football head?
I was about to say Helga Pataki. That's the only thing that came to my
Yo,
head.
Helga Pataki was in love with my man's Arnold.
Do you see the episode where she has a shrine?
Yes. There's multiple episodes of my guy.
Yeah, that was true love right there. Possessive love.
That's true.
Jealous love.
Yo, Helga,
Helga
The archetype
the jealous lover.
archetypal relationships. And,
Who's the relationship? If you could model your relationship after one relationship in a show, who would it be?
in a show?
Jim and Pam, straight up. Actually, that was just the first one that came to my head.
Jim and Pam. Like for me or
From
for
The
you?
Office.
No, I know, but is that for you? Or
Oh, no, that
were you
was
trying
like-
to label your boy.
No. That was just like the one I thought of.
Oh,
Like off the top of my head though. Like,
off top.
I'd have to think. I want to think some more.
You know what? I don't have a direct answer for you because you just sprung this on me. It's not in the show notes. It's
Yeah,
not in the
so I'm
notes.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'll just keep thinking about it in my head.
Like
though.
who are some good couples in TV though? Jim and Pam for sure. I don't feel like I watch enough TV low key to
Yeah, me either. I couldn't think of any other couples in my head.
see. That was it. You just
Oh, you know which one I like?
Who?
But it's kind of like a jealous one.
what's up?
Turk and Carla from Scrubs.
See, I never watched Scrubs.
I know, bro. Get your culture knowledge up.
Is it jealous type though?
Yeah, it kind of is, but they're like a cool, like they mess around with each other. She's like a Latina. He's like, it's cool. It's cool. I can't think of any other ones though. Oh, I don't want to be like J and B.
Who? Oh, Beyonce and Jay-Z?
J and B, bro. Come on.
wait, you just said like J and B.
People say that.
Beyonce and Jay-Z, you mean?
Or Will and Jada.
Remember Mac Miller when Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt broke up?
What do you say?
He said, those were white people's Will and Jada. That was our Will and Jada.
That's pretty funny. Nah, but yeah, that's too big of a question.
Yeah.
All right,
What
final question.
is it?
I don't know what my final question is going to be, to be honest.
Do you think that I'm about to hit you with a deep one. Submarine level. Do you think that oh my god,
I'm kind of
I
scared.
hate this question.
I'm kind of scared.
Do you think love is a constructed concept? Stop. No one wants to hear.
What?
Do you think love is a constructed concept?
What is love?
Not necessarily, but do you think that
Uh,
that's not that good of a question, to be honest. It just sounds good. It's not that good of a question. I
That's
feel
a
like
deep, damn, Brandon, you got deep questions, bro.
your boy.
You got these deep ass questions, bro.
Hey, bro, I got that's my ASAP Rocky impression.
bro.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
Very laughs.
That's how ASAP Rocky laughs.
You need to think of a better question, dog.
I don't have any, bro, to be honest. Do you have any questions? Because if not, then
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
I was gonna say the same thing, my guy. I think that ultimately, I feel like people choose or allow themselves to like fall in love, and I feel like if you don't fall in love with someone, like, I think that, I feel like you choose. I feel like you choose when you fall in love. I don't think that it just hits you. I think that you have to like make it okay with yourself.
I think
Like,
so too. I also approach relationships in a very logical manner now that I'm older. I literally think of
The
like
ripe age of 23.
you know, I'm an old head now.
Joe Budden.
I'm an OG.
The Joe Budden of relationships.
No, but I think like
I hate Joe Budden, by the way.
I think of things like, okay, what kind of partner would this make? Whenever I like think of someone, I think of like how great of kids could we raise? Like I think about things very like,
Ladies, Dominic is available on the market. He is looking for someone real committed, real
You know what I mean?
confident.
No, but I think-
and if he cheats on you, he won't tell your ass.
I didn't hear what you said. What'd you say?
If he cheats on you, he won't tell your ass. Like,
No, I'm only honest when I feel like it.
that could be taken all out of context.
But I don't think of people who I like. Oh, I'm in love with them. I think of like, what kind of kids would we raise? Like, would they be?
That's a real logical partnership. Like,
Yeah.
you know, honestly, it's like a business. People have roles, and
Yeah.
you want to be flexible. And the businesses that survive are the ones that can move forward, and
Change,
reinvent themselves,
adapt,
Yeah, I think that's vital even to relationships.
and you got to know like going into this.
Granted, we don't know shit though. Like, I don't know anything.
We're here. I'm not here because I love you. I'm here to produce the best offspring possible. I'm very Darwinian about my thought process.
And on that note,
I'm just trying to produce the next LeBron.
too bad Dom's 5'5".
Too bad LeBron was made in a lab. No, but
You know what LeVar said about his wife Tina?
what?
He was like, he wanted to go out with her because she was tall. He wanted to have tall kids.
I said that half joking.
He was like, yo, man, I saw her and I picked her because I knew that she'd give me some tall boys or whatever.
That's hilarious. But like,
Shout out to Leangelo, bro. Free Leangelo.
a free ball.
Free ball.
No, but I think what he said, like, I'm partially like, that's part, like, I joke, like, it's more joking than I just think of like, I think of me in a partnership, like when I'm thinking about relationships, if I want to go out with someone,
Yeah.
as a relationship, how would we work? Like, how would we get along? Like, we'll be getting a lot of conflicts.
Yeah.
And then how would we, like, if we were to raise kids,
Yeah.
not like, would they raise the best kids, but like, how would that
Would
work?
it work out? Would it work out in the kids' favor?
Do our beliefs align to where we'll
Okay.
be able to like have kids and then raise them in a way that's like beneficial to them, like the best
Yeah.
environment for them? That's what I think about.
Yeah. Okay. I kind of have a final question. Why'd you whisper? What is in your mind? I'm gonna answer it first, then I want you to go.
Yeah.
In your mind, like, what's the difference, or is there a difference between calling it a relationship and calling it a partnership? You can go first, actually, because I don't know.
A relationship sounds like it's like one. It goes back to like that we were talking about same car, different car. Don't use that again. It was good and it's trash. But a relationship,
You said I like that.
in the beginning, you went too far. You know, she's listening to her own podcast. She's jamming out in her car. I don't got to know what she's listening to.
I'm sorry. That's a little too much. A little too much. You're right. No, you're right. But anyway, relationship versus
A relationship in my
partnership.
head is one. A partnership is like, or like a thing you're just in. It sounds like very romantic to me.
Relationship?
You know, yeah. A relationship sounds romantic and like idealistic and like this should be like this. And a partnership, it seems like we're approaching this like, yes, we have feelings for each other. We're approaching this thing together. We already have like an agreement.
Yeah.
This is the way we want things to go. I'm gonna give some. You're gonna give some. We're gonna have conflicts.
Yeah.
And in those conflicts, I'm gonna we'll figure them out
Together.
Yeah, exactly. In a way that's mutually beneficial.
I think so, bro.
I don't like the way I said that though because it sounds very
Nah.
like cold. You know what I mean?
no,
Love's
but-
mixed in there somewhere.
You know, it's I don't think it's cold, man. I think that ultimately it would bring more happiness than calling something a relationship and suffering because you don't feel like you can be flexible as a person.
Yeah.
I think that that's really vital.
I feel like it's really vital. It's so corny.
You know, my V is
I
vital.
feel like it's essential to the core of human beings.
Vital, vegan, voluptuous. the three pillars of my life. God. That's how anyway, no, I think I completely agree. I think that a partnership sounds more like a co-op. Like we're all in this together type of thing. You know what a co-op is?
All in this together. Once you know who you are, You're a star.
And
Singing.
anyway, no, but like another hot analogy or metaphor, whatever part of speech it is, like a co-op grocery store where everyone who buys stuff or like takes stuff has to offer something, whereas like a traditional like supermarket, you know, you could just take, and just give money, which doesn't, you know what I mean?
Here's this. Take
Yeah,
this.
instead of trading something back that could be like beneficial to another person.
Damn, bro.
You know me, hot with the analogies
Whoa,
today
so
or metaphors, whatevs.
All about that alternative lifestyle.
You know, V progressive, V vegan. You know what it is. Your boy, kombucha in my veins.
Don't sell my kombuchas.
All right,
Let me fade this out. Hold on.
all right, man. But anything?
Whoops. You know me. Very simple. All right, man.
Is this also our intro song?
This is Joe K. Catch you next time.
Eclectic Soul. Joe
Okay.
K.
So, future sound, future bounce,
I take back what I said.
future bass.
I'm sitting with this
And we'll catch you next time.
Boy, it's a
95.3
It's the
W.
middle of October, and we just came to an end. I'm just sorry that there ain't no
Peer pressure. Pressure. Peer pressure.